Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. These are the words of Martin Luther King. And today, almost every country in the world is willing to provide the best justice to its citizens, at least the democratic ones. And India is no exception in this. But many times it has been observed that the justice is delayed in India. So let us talk about this delay of justice in India. So justice in India has been a thing that India was not used to till India got its own republic, because in the colonial time there was a lot of oppression by the British government, and majority of the policies were for the benefit of British officials and companies. But after 1950s, when India got its own republic, then the justice system of India has been strengthened further, and everyone has been given the right of equality and the remedial aid also in the Article 39A. And hence, in the preamble also we can observe that justice and equality are two things which have which have been focused in the constitution as well. So Indian judicial system is divided into two categories majorly. Number one is a superior judiciary, which includes the Supreme Courts, the Supreme Court, and the High Courts of different states. And the other category is the subordinary judiciary, which includes the district courts. And these courts are there to give justice to each and every citizen of India, whether it is the last man standing in the socio-economic status or the Prime Minister of India. And but there is a lot of delays in Indian judicial system. There are pending cases everywhere. Currently, there are 4.5 crore pending cases in India, and if and according to an estimate that if no further cases are registered, then to uh, to solve these pending cases in themselves will take 360 years. So we are having a backlog of 360 years, which is huge. And talking about other statistics is that out of the 5 lakh prisoners in the Indian jails, 3.3 lakhs are the prisoners who are under trial. So they are not getting trials and they are not getting proper justice, and that is why there is an immense need of a fast process of justice giving system in India to its citizens. So why justice is delayed in India? Number one, there is a shortage of judges in India. For 10 lakh people, there are almost only 10 judges, which is very low as we compare it with other countries. Like 100 like 75 judges are there for 10 lakh people in US, and 100 judges are there for the same in Canada. But in India the number is only 10. 1 lakh people are only having one judge, and hence there is a lot of load on that judge or to provide justice. Another thing is that inefficiency in lawyers and judges. If we talk about the judges, then they are government employed, and the temperament and the productivity of government employees is a thing that we all are aware. Generally, in general cases, when someone is having a government job, a safe government job, then the productivity decreases down to its minimum, and a lot of cases remain pending on the desks of those judges. And also the lawyers who are having their government jobs are not as efficient as they should be to get all the pending cases done. Another thing is that the procedures, there are a lot of procedural things that a person have to go through for filing and fighting cases, and hence a lot of pending and a lot of delay is there in the overall judicial system. Another thing is that there are a lot of unnecessary cases which are not so which are not so which are not so complicated, and they are easy cases, but such cases also went pending. And many a time people also do unnecessary cases, like a recent example can be in Bangalore. An advocate filed a case because he was charged 40 paise extra in a restaurant. So so these are unnecessary cases, and these cases, if there are some cases, then these can be solved very fast. But in India, even these types of cases takes years. So that clearly indicates that we need a, a, a complete series of reforms in the Indian judicial system to make it trustworthy and fast. So let us talk about what are the ways in which we can eradicate the delay in the process of justice giving. Number one is that there should be education in law. There must be more NLUs, the national law universities, and there must be more judges training. More judges should be trained. More courts should be there, and people should actively take part in the justice giving system. They can get themselves educated in the law, and that is how we will have better and more in number lawyers and judges, and that is how the justice giving process will be fast enough. Number two thing that India can do is that there must be some regulation. There must be some fines on the judicial bodies if the justice is delayed, because many a times it is seen that the justice are delayed. Like a famous Bollywood dialogue is there, that tariq pe tariq, tariq pe tariq, like dates are given in the courts and nothing happens for years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years went by and nothing happens. So there must be some fines on the judicial bodies. There must be some regulations on the judges. There must be a certain time limit in which a case have to be solved. If such regulations are there on the judicial bodies, then the process will be very fast. Another thing that the policymakers can do, that they can make the fast track courts. They can make the lok adalats for the less complicated cases, because a majority of the cases are not that complicated that they are to be taken in the high courts or the supreme courts. So for fastening the process, for solving the simpler cases, there must be some fast track courts and lok adalats for so that the not so complicated cases are solved very easily and fastly, and that is how the overall efficiency of the sector will increase, and the judges in the supreme courts and high courts will be able to focus on the more relevant cases which need a very high amount of attention. Another thing that can be done is that there is a revolution going on uh, in throughout the world in every sector, technology. So why is not technology included in the Indian judicial system? Every process has been fastened in the past 5 to 10 years in India due to technology. Like the food, we don't have to go outside. The food gets delivered in 30 minutes almost. And the shopping has been fastened by online, by e-commerce, and a number of things like the cab services, the things like urban clap is also there. So a lot of services are provided online because of technology. So why we are making the judicial system as an exception? I think the inclusion of technology must be there in the judicial system as well, for which e-filings and e-systems must be inculcated in the judicial system, and that is how we will be able to have a more efficient, a more fast, and a more reliable judicial system in India, and therefore we will be able to get to succeed in our idea of giving proper justice to our citizens. But we must take care of a fact that justice delayed is justice denied, but justice hurried is justice buried also. So giving fast justice and giving justice in a hurry are two different things. We must take care that the decisions of the judges, the decisions of the judicial systems are good, and they are thorough, and the cases must be heard, and the overall verdicts of the courts should be fine, and the overall process should be fast enough. That is how we will be able to have an efficient judicial system. Thank you very much.